Hey everybody, it's me, Bob Harris. It's week 16, championship week. Big week for everybody involved. Compressed schedule because Saturday games due to the Christmas holiday. So once again, as always, for your week 16 injury overview, preview, review, get you up to speed view thing, I'll go through these chronologically, starting with the Saturday early afternoon kickoffs. The New England Patriots. Tom Brady's listed as questionable. Martellus Bennett listed as questionable. Danny Amendola ruled out. Brady's, everyone expects him to play. You have to wonder, they brought Jacoby Brissett back from IR, so they'll have three quarterbacks on the roster. You might want to watch that in advance of kickoff. If Brissett is active for the game, then maybe it's a sign that they don't necessarily expect Brady to play the full game. Something we have to start watching for this time of year. Beyond that, though, it looks like a really sweet matchup, and my guess is if they get well up ahead, Tom Brady will have a big part of that. So, other side of the ball, Matt Forte listed as doubtful, shoulder and knee this week. He won't be playing, so Bilal Powell owners, feel free to dive in with both feet. Good play last week, and it should be a good play again this week. Brandon Marshall listed as questionable. I'd expect him to play, but he's talked about being on a pitch count in games, and Robbie Anderson is clearly taken over as the favorite of Bryce Petty. Just another note, Todd Bowles, the head coach, is hospitalized Friday night when I'm taping this instead of the usual Saturday morning. So, it's not clear if he'll be coaching. The plan is for him to stay in the hospital overnight, and if everything goes well and he's cleared on Saturday, he'll make the trip and coach as usual. For the Minnesota Vikings, Adrian Peterson has been ruled out. Sounds like he has played his last game this season. And if you listen to ESPN's Bob Holtzman, maybe his last game as a Minnesota Viking. They owe him a lot of money, so there'll be decisions to come in the offseason. But he added a groin injury to the knee. Wasn't very effective last week. Didn't expect him to be, did we? So there you have that. He'll be out. So Jerick McKinnon, Matt Asiata, they promoted C.J. Ham from the practice squad. Don't know what I'd expect from him. Stephon Diggs is listed as questionable. He got back on the practice field, but you're going to have to sweat this one out. Laquan Treadwell ruled out. He was the only other guy on the injury report of any significance this week for the Vikings. Looking at in Green Bay, we have Randall Cobb listed as questionable. I think he'll play limited basis, worked on a limited basis in practice this week. Same ankle injury he's been dealing with. Aaron Rodgers completely off the injury report. James Starks totally ruled out. So Ty Montgomery owners, it's a tough matchup, but boy, he's going to get some volume. He's good as a receiver as well, so obviously. So I wouldn't shy away from him. Melvin Gordon is ruled out against the Cleveland Browns. It's in Cleveland. It's a great matchup, obviously, for the San Diego Chargers in that one. Kenneth Farrow and Ronnie Hillman will fill in at running back. I'm playing some Chargers in some DFS lineups, that's for sure, just based on the matchup. Terrell Pryor playing with a hurt finger, taken off the injury report on Friday. For the Buffalo Bills, playing Miami, entertaining Miami, Sammy Watkins and Charles Clay listed as questionable, as they always are. The foot for Watkins and knee for Clay. Clay has come on the last couple of weeks. Turned into a pretty viable play, if you ask me. Sammy Watkins still a bit hit or miss, but he will be on the field. For the Atlanta Falcons at Carolina, 500-plus yards of offense last time they passed the game. Julio Jones will be back, taken off the injury report. Taylor Gabriel off the injury report, had a shoulder issue. The only guy that's not going to be going for the Atlanta Falcons is Austin Hooper, the rookie tight end. Levine Toilolo will be the starter there. So, look, they've got enough targets to go around. No issues there. For the Carolina Panthers, everyone was taken off the injury report. Greg Olsen, who was dealing with an elbow injury late, if you saw that Monday night's game, seemed to be hampered by that. Cam Newton clearly feeling his right shoulder in that game Monday night as well. He's removed from the injury report, and Kelvin Benjamin also removed from the injury report. This may be a little aspect of keep up in this one. Jonathan Stewart, though, could make a little difference. He didn't play the first time, was out with a hamstring, so maybe he can help them control the ball a little bit against this high-powered offense, league's number one offense in the Falcons. For the Washington Redskins at Chicago, Jordan Reed. You saw that Monday night as well. Before he was ejected. Look, the shoulder is clearly an issue for him. If you have Vernon Davis, I think he might be a viable play there, as a backup play. Plenty of streaming tight ends. I just don't know about Reed. Officially questionable. Jay Gruden didn't sound very optimistic about him on Thursday, and they listed him as questionable on Friday. On the other side of the ball, Kadeem Carey listed as questionable. Not really a big factor. Everyone else who's been injured, been nicked up, has been placed on IR. Eddie Royal and Marquise Wilson, so no other worries there.
in terms of injuries. For the Jacksonville Jaguars, all the injured guys have been ruled out. Denard Robinson, Alan Hearns, Aurelius Ben, Sterling Neal. So, not a lot of weapons there. Narrowed down to Marquise Lee and Allen Robinson at the receiver spots. And, the two running backs, Chris Ivory and TJ Yeldon, neither are really appealing. Although, I will say Allen Robinson kind of has some appeal to me this week. Tennessee can't defend the pass as well as they defend the run, so you never know. Funnier things have happened than Allen Robinson showing up on occasion. Late afternoon Saturday, Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree both listed as questionable for the Raiders. Expect them to play. This is the same situation that they've been last week, and as I mentioned each week, this is the standard modus operandi for the Raiders. They limit guys that are beat up during the week, list them as questionable, then play them. Nobody in Oakland expects. TL is yelling at us. Nobody in Oakland expects those guys to miss game. It's a great matchup. It's the Indianapolis Colts, the other side of the ball. Everyone came off the injury report for Indy this week. So Dante Moncrief returns and not on the injury report. Andrew Luck a little beat up. He's not on the injury report either. So very high over-under in that game. So get some if you can. John Brown for the Cardinals, dealing with the same sickle cell trait issues, will play against Seattle. The role's been a little bit limited. Everyone in Seattle's healthy, so you're good there. For the Saints in Tampa Bay, John Kuhn's the only guy of interest on the injury report this week. He's questionable for the Saints. For San Francisco, going up against the Rams, Torrey Smith ruled out, placed on IR. Quentin Patton placed on IR earlier in the week. DeAndre Smelter brought up from the practice squad. A lot of weapons there right now, right? Very limited set of tools for Colin Kaepernick to work with. Todd Gurley obviously has a great matchup against a very generous, historically generous San Francisco defense. If he's going to explode, this is going to be it. Going into the Saturday night game, here's where it gets interesting because it's Saturday night. Your options are limited on Sunday. You only have 3 games left to play, 2 on Sunday, 1 on Monday. So keep that in mind. Lamar Miller listed as questionable. He didn't practice all week, so very dicey. He didn't sound extremely confident in his comments on Friday, so you're going to have to watch that. You want to have a fallback plan. Alfred Blue is a fallback plan. Otherwise, C.J. Fedorowicz off the injury report, coming back from the concussion, so Ryan Griffin maybe takes a back seat to him. A little hope for DeAndre Hopkins after Tom Savage taking over at quarterback. Targeted him heavily last week and had some success with him, so that's worth watching. The other side of the ball, really tricky. Jeremy Hill and A.J. Green both listed as questionable. Green, you're going to have to watch this one. He's 36 yards away from another 1,000-yard season. That'd give him 6 to start his career, the same as Randy Moss. He'd like to get that. He has another week to do it. I don't know if they'll push him back or not. He was limited in practice all week. Hill seems like he has a better chance of playing, but you're going to have to watch him as well. Tyler Eifert, you don't have to watch. He's been ruled out already due to the back issue. Tyler Kroft, his backup is ruled out, so C.J. Uzomah is the tight end of record for the Bengals going to that one. Remember, Andy Dalton hasn't fared well in primetime games over the course of his career. Sunday games, late afternoon. Steve Smith listed as questionable, worked on a limited basis Thursday and Friday. Has a thigh issue. I think he will play, but you're going to have to watch that one. Other side of the ball, Ladarius Green listed as doubtful. Sammy Coates listed as doubtful. Green with a concussion. Coates has a hamstring issue. Neither will play. Sunday night, Denver is taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City. Virgil Green and A.J. Derby, both the top 2 tight ends for Denver, have both been ruled out. Jeff Hireman is going to be the next man up there, so it's worth noting. Everyone else is clear slate. Monday night, the only thing we really got on our radar, Matthew Stafford will play with the hurt finger, but Theo Riddick is not practiced yet this week. He is running on the side. Maybe you can get ready. You're going to have to watch injury reports tomorrow, Saturday, today, if you're watching this on Saturday before the games, and on Sunday as well. Well, I'll keep updating everything as always. We'll hit the website. I'll be doing the usual updates on Saturday morning before the game, give all the inactives. Saturday late kickoffs, Sunday kickoffs as well. Tune into SiriusXM Fantasy Sports Radio. Not doing the usual Sunday show, is moving to Saturday, so 11 to 1 Eastern time to catch me and Jeff Manns on that and get some other late breaking information and hit the website. Tons of columns, the usual assortment of goodies waiting for you, rankings, DFS picks, etc., etc., etc. So good luck this week. I know it's a big week for all of you, so let's win some money or let's win some championships.